Throughout history, people have been pretty good at solving problems. We fix things, change things, and if we can't, we invent something. But there are some problems that we've all faced for so long that we've forgotten that they're even problems. We've given up on finding a solution and accept them as normal. My name is Dr. Michael Larson, and these are the kinds of problems I solve. Sleep is and has been a huge problem for a lot of people. Why is it, in an age when we can send a picture instantly to anyone in the world, we can't come up with a solution to help people who are not getting a good enough night's sleep? That question hit home for me in 2012, when my own daughter was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. To call the drug that was prescribed to her harsh would be a gross understatement. It was GHB, and that name might not mean much to you, but it's the date rape drug. And I remember thinking to myself, is this the best we can do? Give a 17-year-old girl the date rape drug in order to sleep better? Why don't any sleeping solutions work? Why do we accept harsh drugs as a solution? Why is it that gimmicky products that claim to track our motion when we sleep get bought by the millions? I think people started accepting these solutions because they gave up on finding a real solution. My job is to invent things that solve problems. A lot of times, instead of specific things, inventions address broad issues. I knew if this problem was going to be solved, I couldn't just solve her problem. I couldn't just solve sleep disorders. I had to solve sleep. And that's what I did. I had to start by defining sleep. Sleep is a mystery, but one thing we do know is that our brain activity rate has to be really slow for our bodies to be asleep. The challenge then was to find a way to intentionally slow your brain rate. And what I found were binaural beats. And frankly, they're amazing. On the surface, binaural beats seem to just be two tones, one played into each ear, but they're actually so much more. Each tone is set to a very specific but different frequency. When these signals cross in your brain adapts to them. So depending on how you set these frequencies, you can raise or lower your brain rate. The studies behind binaural beats speak for themselves. However, binaural beats, although effective, can only slightly change your brain rate. When you first go to bed, your brain rate is about 50 hertz. To fall asleep, it's got to get all the way down to 10 hertz. We discovered that your brain won't adapt if the beats try to get your rate from 50 all the way down to 10 in one shot. It's just too big a leap. But what they can do is take you to 45, and then to 40, and then to 35, and so on. So the question became, how do we know when to change the beats at the right time? The answer is, with this. With just this little guy, we can monitor your brain rate. When we put this in charge of the binaural beats, it knows exactly what tone to play. When your brain rate lowers, the chip records that and lowers the tones accordingly. And when we combine all these elements, we came up with this. We call it the Sleep Shepherd. At night, when you're getting ready for bed, all you do is put it on and hit Start Sleep on the app. It instantly begins monitoring your brain rate and begins to play the right binaural beats. As the Sleep Shepherd senses your brain rate lowering, it changes the tones. It's smart too, because it knows when you fall asleep. And when you do, it turns off the tones, but it continues to monitor your brain. If the Sleep Shepherd senses your brain is waking up, the tones will turn back on and guide you back to a deeper sleep. Because a Sleep Shepherd keeps you in deeper sleep for longer, you can get the same amount of sleep you usually do. But now, those hours are going to count more. Because of its organic shape, because it's lightweight, because the fabric breathes so well, the Sleep Shepherd is incredibly easy to sleep in. On your back, on your side, it doesn't matter. You're going to forget you have it on. The Sleep Shepherd is not some 3D render that might get made once we get funded. Both the fully functioning Sleep Shepherd and app for iPhone and Android are ready right now. There are a lot of features with the Sleep Shepherd we're really excited about. It tracks every aspect of your sleep, how long you're asleep, what kind of sleep you're in, even your head orientation during the night. And it holds on to this data, so you can see how it improves your sleep over time. In the morning, the Sleep Shepherd uses the same concept it used to put you to sleep, but in reverse, to wake you up. Over time, it gently wakes your brain up. Everyone's had that morning where you wake up and feel refreshed. But it's more than that. You wake up, you're ready. You're alert, you're excited. You wake up and you feel incredible. That's what it's like when you wake up with the Sleep Shepherd. My daughter's been using the Sleep Shepherd every night, and as of December 2013, she's off the GHB completely. She's sleeping better, and her life has changed for the better. For the first time, we have a real solution for sleep, and we think that's something to get excited about.
The Emotive Insight is a 5-channel portable wearable device that allows you to capture and understand what's going on in your brain in real time. With the Emotive Insight, you can optimize your cognitive performance, you can measure and monitor your own or your family's mental health and fitness, and you can develop amazing new applications with the technology. We're pioneers in this field. We've listened to our user base and we've redesigned the product from the ground up. We're now reaching out to our community to help make this a reality. The Emotive Epoch, our first generation device, has been adopted and used in more than 100 countries worldwide across a broad spectrum of different application areas. Everything from being able to allow a child to create a 3D monster just with the fantasy of his or her mind, or allow people to create music just with the power of their thought, or to allow a patient to be rehabilitated by being able to control an electric wheelchair, or allow them to experience the ability to type or to communicate again. There have been so many amazing application areas and uses that have been transformative and life-changing. For anyone who loves the Epoch, you'll love this product even more, because we feel like we've taken not just one generational leap, but we've taken many generational leaps. We've looked at the sensor technology, we've looked at the electronics design, we've looked at the wireless communication protocol, we've looked at the overall mechanical design, we've looked at the form factor. How do we make it more affordable? How do we make it much more skeletal, much lighter weight, much easier to wear? We're really excited to offer an API and SDK to developers and researchers wanting access to the raw EEG data or to the detection algorithms to make it possible for anyone to take this innovation and create amazing new applications with the technology. The Emotive Insight is slated to be released in 2014, and by being an early supporter, you'll be among the first in the world to receive it as soon as it's available, and you'll have a head start in creating amazing new applications for the technology. I've been believing in this for almost the last decade, and we've learned so much from our community. I mean, they're a very vocal community. They care passionately and deeply about what we've created. They've given us so much valuable insights and feedback around what works, what doesn't work. And we've taken all of that into account, and we've really tried to reassess our assumptions and push that much harder, push it that much further to try and create something that's completely revolutionary yet again.
All doctors to the ER.
We know the future of health and medicine is preventative and personalized, but also it must be open.
Hi, I'm Eugene, and I want to share a bit of my personal history with you. When I was just a teenager, I lost my father. He suffered a sudden and fatal heart attack. Since then, I've been looking for ways to use technology to improve health. Over the last 2 years, I've been leading a team of engineers, and together we created Angel, an open sensor for personal health.
At any given moment, our body transmits vital bits of information about our health. Angel understands these signals: pulse, temperature, blood oxygen, and more. This complex and powerful language is the key to a healthy lifestyle, around the clock. Angel keeps vigil 24/7. It is there to watch over your health, so you don't have to, when you work, train, and even when you sleep. Angel was designed to be the most advanced wearable health sensor possible. But no one would buy a PC with just one app, right? No single application out there can cope with all the different aspects of health. That's why Angel is completely open, so you can use it with as many apps as you wish.
Developers, we invite you to dream with us. You can be the first one to create an app that can detect irregular heart rate, save a marathon runner from a fatal heat stroke, send parents a message when their child runs a fever, or build a virtual tennis instructor. Find new ways to use the metrics Angel collects and help us change the future of health.
Meet the Alkahoot Edge, the world's most accurate alcohol tracking solution. It's going to change the way you drink forever.
Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my team, and we'd like your help. We all know that smartphones can make our lives smarter. They help us live smarter, exercise smarter, work smarter. Well, now, using our smartphone, we can drink smarter too.
Keep it in your pocket or your purse to help protect you from the short and long-term effects of drinking. Stop asking, how many can I have? Stop wondering, am I okay to drive? The Alkahoot Edge team built a tool that anyone, anywhere can use to help you figure out where your limit is. What if you also want to track your alcohol consumption? Studies show that moderate drinking can have beneficial health effects. Just 1 to 2 drinks per day can decrease the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even stroke. Here's how it works. Instead of making a bad decision, just discreetly blow into the Alkahoot Edge. Inside, the electrochemical platinum fuel cell, that's the same technology law enforcement uses, goes to work. It's police grade and easily connects via Bluetooth to your Apple or Android smartphone. The app keeps a historical notebook of your test results and makes recommendations on your appropriate BAC using our SmartLine technology. All of these features work together instantly to take away guesswork. Right away, you'll know your BAC, and if you need to call a cab or a rideshare, it can help you find one as well, or point you in the direction of a place within walking distance to help you sober up. So, what do you think? I hope you're as excited as we are about the Alkahoot Edge's potential to change lives. In your pocket, you'll have a powerful tool that can safely and discreetly monitor alcohol consumption to improve your overall health and well-being.
Right now, we need your help to continue developing our product and to streamline production. We want to take our life-saving technology, make it durable, affordable, and available for everyone to use. We have the technology, we have the marketing plan, and we have the innovations that no one else does. We just need your help. So if you think Alkahoot Edge can change the way we drink, increase long-term health, and save a few lives along the way, then please contribute to our Indiegogo campaign.
One of the problems with the current medical system is that you only connect with the system every now and then.
We are in the biggest tsunami of personalization in the world, but for medicine, we are still waiting in line in an emergency room.
With your smartphone, you can find out about anything, anywhere. But what you can't find is information about your own body.
In 2005, I spent almost a year in hospital with one of my children. I started to look at all the machines and all the readings. After a couple of weeks, I understood it. And it was very liberating to have that knowledge. I want to make a company that, gives people these numbers. The Scout will allow people to see the fingerprint of their health in very minute detail.
When you have a visit with a physician or you go to an ER, the first thing they do is check the vital signs to see where you're at right now. This, you just hold it to your forehead and in seconds you have all of it. The Scout gives you your heart rate, your blood pressure, your temperature, your respiratory rate, and your oxygen levels in your blood.
Scanner Scout works everywhere. It analyzes all your readings and then stores it forward.
When people have a Scout, they can connect with their physician in ways that was never possible before.
We are competing in the X Prize. This is important because what we aim to do with Scanadu Scout is to bring the 5 senses into a single recording device. We will have essentially a doctor in the palm of our hands.
This is the ultimate consumer device for medicine.
We put a lot of thought into giving you medical-grade data that's easy to understand, records it, and enables you to communicate with your physician and make smart decisions together.
We have a relationship with NASA, although their medicine was never actually destined to be for consumers. It was destined to be for astronauts in the space station.
This is exactly the kind of responsive platform that we need. This allows us to go further and enhance our performance.
Right now, when you buy a cup of coffee, you can see that transaction on your smartphone even before you leave the store. With the Scout, you can see the impact on your health before you leave the store. So for parents, you can find out early in the day if your child is going to be sick later in the day or not. It's something that's good for all of us. This is one of the most exciting times in the history of medicine and the history of health. We can finally understand our bodies and adjust them in ways that it's never been possible before. But that takes all of us working together. So join us in making this